A symphony of disappointment. My tragic opera at Thang Long Opera Hotel. Hanoi, oh, my darlings. Gather close, let me tell you the tragic ballad of my stay at the infamous Thang Long Opera Hotel in Hanoi. A tale so wretched, so dripping with incompetence, that Dante himself would have added a 10th circle of hell just to house its management. Picture this. You arrive, weary from travel, dreaming of crisp sheets and a glass of chilled wine. Instead, you are greeted by a receptionist whose smile is as genuine as a $3 bill. Her eyes, dead, her soul, evaporated. She looks at you like you ray an inconvenience, a peasant who dared interrupt her scrolling through whatever it is people who hate joy scroll through. The room, or should I say, the crime scene. Ah, yes, the room, a masterpiece of neglect. The moment the door creaks open, your nose is assaulted by the unmistakable stench of mold knot, the chic, aged cheese kind. But the oh God I am breathing in spores kind. The wallpaper peels like it S, trying to escape its own existence. The bed, a tragedy. The mattress is so soft, it feels like sleeping on a deflated, bouncy cast layer spine weeps. And beneath it, filth, layers of dust, mystery crumbs, ando-joymalapedes scuttling about like they pay rent. But the air conditioning go, sweet chaos. It roars like a jet engine, yet refuses to be tamed by the thermostat. You either freeze or suffocate. There is no in between. The restaurant, a comedy of errors now. Let us talk about the dining experience here, should I say, the endurance test. You order a glass of white wine. Simple, yes. No, 15 minutes pass. Then 20. You, a paying guest, must beg for the drink you already paid for. And when it arrives, it is warm, like tepid bathwater warm. The audacity, the disrespect, the food, overpriced and underwhelming, a culinary crime. And the staff, oh ho ho, they treat you like you ray interrupting them by daring to ask for service. One poor soul was literally shooed out for lingering too long over his coffee after picking up a single dish for his family. The cruelty is Shakespearean. The staff, or why customer service is dead. Let us discuss the human element or lack thereof. The receptionists, rude. Not just oops, I am having a bad day rude, but actively hostile rude. One guest asked for a second keatonide, like they were guarding the crown jewels. Another needed an umbrella when it rained post-checkout denied, left to drown in Hanoi's downpour. And the breakfast, a buffet of false promises. The food is removed the second the clock strikes closing time, no matter if you ray mid-bite. The staff stares at you like you ray a raccoon rummaging through their trash. The final betrayal, but the worst offense. The scams. Oh yes, my darlings. They tried to charge a guest for a baby caught despite their own policy, stating kids under 10 stay free. Then they nickel and dimed a family over children's meals, treating them like criminals for daring to expect honesty. The conclusion, a dirge for the disillusioned. So here I sit, my soul crushed beneath the weight of their incompetence, writing this ode to disappointment, so that you, my fellow travelers, do not suffer as I have. The Thang Long Opera Hotel is not a place of restit, is a monument to misery, a shrine to apathy.
The dark side of businesses near Thang Long Opera Hotel. Hanoi, if you're staying near Thang Long Opera Hotel, prepare yourself, because the businesses around here are a masterclass in disappointment. From overpriced malls to restaurants that somehow make food taste like regret, this area is a graveyard of wasted money and broken expectations. Let's start with shopping. The stores near Thang Long Opera Hotel aren't just expensive, they're aggressively so, as if they're punishing you for daring to walk in. Take Trang Tien Plaza, for example. This place is less of a shopping experience and more of a social experiment to see how long people will tolerate being followed by security guards. The shops are filled with luxury brands, but the vibe is colder than a Hanoi winter. One visitor described it as a place where you enter to feel rich, until you realize the simplest t-shirt costs more than your flight to Vietnam. And heaven forbid you sit on their sacred stairs. Security will descend upon you like you've committed a crime. Then there's Chula Fashion House, where the clothes are as confusing as the reviews. Some say it's a fusion of Vietnamese and Spanish styles, but others just leave blank one-star ratings, which honestly might be the most honest review of all. Now hotels. If you think booking a room guarantees you a place to sleep, think again. La Siesta Classic Mame has a habit of giving away reserved rooms like they're handing out free samples. One guest arrived only to be told their booking didn't exist. Then the hotel had the nerve to mark them as a no-show. And if you're traveling with a pet, forget it. A tiny, well-behaved dog was enough to get 2 guests kicked out of a rooftop gathering. But the real tragedy? The food. Oh, the food. Luk Lak Vietnamese Restaurant is on the Michelin list, but after eating here, you'll wonder if Michelin inspectors were bribed with free fruit tea. The grilled chicken is so dry and tasteless, it's like chewing on cardboard. One diner said the catfish soup tasted like plain water with chopped fish, which, honestly, sounds like something you'd make as a last resort in a dorm room. And if you dare leave an honest but less than 5-star review, no free tea for you. Then there's La Badiane, a French restaurant where the only authentic thing is the cockroach under your table. The steak is overcooked, the portions are laughably small, and the service moves at the speed of a sleepy turtle. One guest described the mashed potatoes as baby food, which, if you think about it, is an insult to babies everywhere. And don't even get me started on La Table Hanoi Press Club. This place has Michelin stars, but the service is so bad, you'd think they were training staff to actively ignore customers. One couple waited 10 minutes just to get their dessert, after their main course was cleared while one of them was still eating. Finally, the Fitness Village, where the equipment is older than your grandparents and just as rusty. The website makes it look like a wellness paradise, but in reality, it's a basement full of sad treadmills and indifferent staff. One member said the machines were pushing through the end of their lives, which, honestly, is how you'll feel after paying for a membership. So what's the verdict? If you're near Thang Long Opera Hotel, brace yourself. The businesses here are either overpriced, underwhelming, or actively working against you. The only thing you'll leave with is a lighter wallet and a story about how Hanoi tested your patience. But hey, at least the hotel itself is decent. Small mercies.
Oh my goodness, I was looking into crimes near Thang Long Opera Hotel, Hanoi, and I was so shocked, Businesses around there, they're super sketchy, So there were these raids in Hoan Kiem, and they found all these fake luxury goods, like Rolex and Chanel, being sold in these stores. And the prices were so low, it was wait, how is this possible? And the owners, they were hiding from the police, selling these fake goods in secret. I mean, can you imagine? You're on vacation, and you think you're getting this amazing deal, but really, you're just getting ripped off. I predict that the people who bought those fake goods, they were probably so upset, They might have even tried to take them back, but the store owners, they were nope, no refunds, sorry. And then the victims, they're stuck with these useless products, and they're what am I gonna do? It's so sad. And then there were these other stores selling counterfeit medicines and fashion items. Who does that? They're putting people's health at risk just to make a quick buck. I mean, how could you, right? It's so wrong. I think the people who bought those fake medicines, they might have even taken them not knowing they were fake. And then they might have gotten sick or worse. You know, it's like the thought alone, it gives me chills. And then there were these secret storefront sales where the owners would only open up for certain customers. Like it was this whole underground thing, you know. They were selling all this fake stuff, and the police, they were trying to shut them down, but they just kept operating in secret. I mean, it's like